Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kirsten. I use this channel to document mine and my husband's journey through infertility. So this is the third time I'm trying to record this video because it keeps getting way too long and I don't think it's relevant what I'm saying. So as anyone in the infertility community knows, this week from April 22nd to the 28th is National Infertility Awareness Week. Before, like 2 weeks ago, I didn't even know this was a thing, and my husband and I have been on this journey for 20 months now. So I just wanted to do my part, I guess, and share something regarding infertility because there isn't a lot of awareness out there, and I think there should be more. Before we entered this journey, I had no idea how common it was. I had no idea it was in my future. I had no way of knowing how I would handle it, and I like to think I've done a pretty good job, but, you know, you can't really prepare for something like this. You know, in school they teach us to be so careful because that's their best bet, is to teach us to be careful because it only takes one time. But so many people struggle with infertility, and not that I think they need to change. Well, yeah, I do think the education system needs to change a little bit, but I don't think they can go as in-depth as would be valuable for the people who do wind up on this journey. Infertility can take lots of forms, and, you know, I personally have PCOS, which has contributed to our infertility. We also have male factor, but that's, you know, my husband's journey or portion of the journey. So, you know, PCOS, male factor, infertility, anovulatory cycles, unexplained infertility. Like, there are so many ways for things like this to happen. You know, it's mind-blowing is what it is. And I do think that there needs to be more awareness. I meant to do a little bit of research before I started recording this one video, but I forgot. And it is what it is. But, you know, I've got a cousin who struggled to conceive, and even when she did conceive, she had a miscarriage, and she and her husband have since conceived again and now have a toddler. But, you know, it's a journey, and it's both terrifying and numbing in a way, heartbreaking as well. But, you know, it's hard, and no one can prepare you for it. I've got a friend documenting her journey through infertility. There's loads of people on YouTube who do the same thing and have been at it much longer than I have, which gives me hope in a sense because they're still so positive, despite all the trials and tribulations they've been through. But it also makes me sad because you can tell that these people are deserving, yet here they are 6 years in and still struggling. So it's a journey for sure. It's an adventure, maybe. But, you know, there's not nearly enough people talking about it. And people who don't struggle don't understand what it's like. Not that anyone can blame them, and I wouldn't wish any of this on them, but in particular, my mom assured my cousin who struggled with infertility that, oh, our family is very fertile, like, no problem, don't worry about it, you'll be pregnant in no time. But it probably took them at least 2 years before they were pregnant with their little girl. And, you know, while in someone who didn't struggle with infertility, in their mind, that might seem reassuring, like, no problem, it'll happen, like, no big deal. To someone going through it, that's not reassuring. You're just what is the word I'm looking for? You're just reinforcing the fact that we are broken. And, you know, if this isn't happening, that something is wrong with us. And, you know, it's not fair. It's not fair that we feel like that. And that's not always on the other person's, that's not always on the other person. You know, we need to take ownership of our feelings and everything as well. But it's hard. It's hard when you're taught that this should be the easiest thing, you know. Nature. This is nature. This is procreation. This isn't even like a complicated thing. Like, we know what to do. We know how it works, so make it happen. But then it doesn't. So that's my little piece. I don't want this to be too long. Every other take I've done has been not, you know, totally on a tangent I didn't want to take. So I'm going to end this here. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I know there are people watching who are struggling with infertility, and, you know, I encourage you to share your story. All my other videos so far have shared our story in parts, which is why I'm not rehashing it, because I don't think I need to. But if you are interested and you haven't seen those, go ahead, go back and watch them. I've got a playlist for our infertility journey, but it's also literally all the videos on my channel are regarding our infertility journey. So thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate it. To anyone going through infertility, I'm sending you all the internet hugs and love, because I know it's not easy. I know lots of you have been at it longer than I am, or have been. I know lots of you are new to the journey, and, you know, it sucks that you're here, but we're glad to have you, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I'll cut this now because I've said that already. But we'll talk to you guys next week.